What's that? I made another game. This one took me quite a while. It's one of those things that requires an intricate algorithm of capturing all the blocks that belong in a certain area. Welcome to the third grid game. It might seem familiar. Have you encountered this on your phone? Because I did. You click, the tiles disappear, any adjacent tiles disappear, and then this pushes up. There's one big problem with this game. It is, in fact, forever. Infinite. You literally can't stop the game. You can't lose. Technically, the score doesn't mean anything. Obviously, I wouldn't do that. I would make a much more brutal game that you can lose. Right? Well, not this time. You technically can't lose. The game does not end. It's just your score might not go up as much as you think it will. At some point, the game will start punishing you for not clearing the tiles. So, let's get into it. By the way, I can already see, like, my superpowers are active. There's these lines presented. Like, this line does not work because it has an attachment to it. But there's some clean lines in there. And I'ma click that. I'ma click it, guys. If you create structures like that, you are pretty lucky. It's best to click on stuff that wouldn't just separate all your blocks. So it's actually a crippling moment unless I do this right now. Lose a little bit of points because you're not supposed to click one block only. You're supposed to do all these cool things and destroy many blocks. There's also another block formation, which is a box. You can also do the vertical thing too. Can we make a box, is the question. And that's technically what you're looking for. Obviously, the goal is to, as cleanly as possible, clear the level. And while blocks are falling, you can also use that to your advantage. Why not? Right? As long as you clear things in a very precise manner. Should I use this right now? I don't know. It is a superpower I have. It would separate. Fuck it. I do get 24 points? I don't like that. Okay, turns out I don't have a choice. It's always 24 points. It's always 20 plus the amount, the length of your stick. I found another one. Apparently they're abundant. Where is the box? How can we make the box? We can make the box by using this, which is not a very clean way, but for an example, boom. It's not a big explosion, but it is worth it. If you can make it appear naturally, it is definitely not worth it hunting down. Like, when you click on 2, do we have a formation of 2 blocks only? Here it is. You get 0 points. It's not really a punish, but it is something that you might want to avoid doing throughout the game. So I'm not sure how this is going to play out. We're doing our first playtest. Otherwise, it doesn't really matter how many blocks you clear. I don't want to encourage basically clearing as many blocks as possible. I want to encourage strategy. Yeah, crazy, I know. And if you just use your monkey brain and try to clear, like, ridiculous amount of blocks, you're not actually playing the game in a strategic way. So we're left with 7 blocks. This is technically your punishment. Now you completed level 4, 430 points. And now you're gonna start losing a lot of points because, oops, you lose 5% each. And now start off level with 300 points. Great, right? We can just do the whole thing again. Mostly seeking for the superpowers if possible. You can see everything gets cleared properly. Like, that's hard to pull off with just... even with a foreign algorithm, but I did my own version. I did it so well that I fucking bragged that it's a perfect method of grabbing all the tiles that are adjacent and happen to be the same. Most people use this diamond shape algorithm that's like super simple. Alright, they don't need much out of it, but if you want a perfect method, that's the only one. I don't think there is a better way to do it. I'm literally checking tiles one time. Once. And I still grab all of them. It was a complicated process to get through that, so I have to mention that I made my own method for this. I literally waited years and years until I am confident enough to pull this off, and I did it now. Me is proud. Alright, this is the 3rd game, and apparently games have to become exponentially more complicated. I have decided by doing it. I mean, you remember we started off with this very simple concept. Moved on to grid match 4, which is now this concept. And now I resize the grids even more. With a much, much more complicated concept to actually pull off. Maybe playstyle is very, very simple and very relaxing, but I don't care about that. I care about like how difficult it is for me to get the game. Now, normally in normal circumstances, these things collapse into each other. There's like vertical gravity as well, so this would get pulled into the center. But that's programming right there, sure. And also, you might want to destroy the block and get the punishment before it gets a lot worse, right? I'll take this punishment, so this is not a punishment anymore. My punishment is technically 4 blocks, because these don't count. They're fine. And now my starting position is 550. So I made a little bit of progress, but as long as I'm continuing to not clear everything properly, now I will be stuck in a loop of a certain power level, basically. And that's the game, boys. It's a very relaxing one until you stop making progress, and then it's depressing, like stuck at a certain level. If you don't have a good enough strategy, that is. Because you have to pay attention of how the blocks are forming things, basically. You will eventually, after playing long enough, should find a strategy of some kind. But again, it's relaxing because there's no time limit. You can pick up on the strategy whenever you want. You could have left this this whole line as a piece of strategy to destroy leftover blocks. Like, the horizontal lines are actually crazy OP. Crazy. I thought they are not OP, but they're pretty fucking OP. As long as you can pull them into the bottom, then you're definitely a winner. Bam. Alright, that's the 3rd game. And it comes with influence tracker 4. And it comes out really fast. And you'll be able to summon it on top of your screen. You know, just like I can do right now. Oh, grid 5-5. And then, look, I'm on Discord. Or I'm watching YouTube video. You get the idea. Well, like, there's an end game, and your end game will improve over time, I would imagine. Right? The way that you detect when the end game is, like, over. Like, right now, the end game is technically over. I'm never gonna get, like, 3 in a row. I'm not even getting points. Last time we did 550. So let's see where we at after the endgame resolves. It is nice to keep track of, like, the previous score. And we only progressed 20 points. That's what I'm talking about, guys. That's it. Yeah, I will definitely add the previous score. Like, this will pop out. I would never make an infinite game. That's the stupidest thing ever. When the score doesn't even mean anything. Like, you're only playing for the score. When it doesn't mean anything, what? What am I playing for, exactly? I have to compete against something. Anyways, let me see if I fix that. I'm testing right now. Have my score, please? That one's ridiculous. The way score doesn't interact. Obviously, just clicking around is a brutal way to lose a bunch of points. But it's allowed. No one's gonna get really feeling punished for this. The funny thing is, all these bubbles, they're behind the grid because the grid goes on top. And I'm keeping that way. Completely fine with that. It should spawn a score. Level 1 score. Should probably spawn a smaller one. Alright, then you see progress, or you don't see progress. Because you're a failure. Why is it clicking so far? What the? There's some problem on that for sure. The range of grid is so large. And it's clickable? What the fuck? I see something. I'm not sure if I can get it. If I pull it down like this... Oh my god. Yeah, I don't see it. You think you see things, but you don't. You don't ever see things, bro. It is like a courtesy to uh, give players more points for the bigger chunks destroyed. But you just see bigger number. 21? That's a pretty big number. That's cool. And you see a big effect. Like, you're already rewarded. I don't have to touch that. I don't think so. I think you want to, like, remove one type of color so it starts becoming a superpower potentially. It becomes so rare that it, like, attempts to become boxes or lines. Like this, right? Missed. It was for a brief moment. It was something. I could do this, no? Damn. These are very rare moments for sure. Just It's rewarding to even get one of these. So it's not really a part of the complicated strategy. At least for me, I don't know. I mean, that's nice. That's really nice. It just disappears, that other block. I just have to sacrifice... Wait, what? I didn't get it? Didn't work? Bam. My acid didn't work. I think it didn't work. Alright, level 3, boys. X65. So we're making progress. Fine. Fine, guys. I'm gonna play through the entire thing now. Ooh. Just click the box. Exciting. Maybe Block Doku is gonna be like the 4th game, because I still have to recreate it. Okay, it doesn't do anything when I click empty space. That's quite important. For there not to be too many bugs. That's a nice explosion. If I do it early. It's not very nice. Because I would have to, again, destroy this tiny block to get my explosion. I want my explosion! It's just relaxing. I would definitely like to explore this while I wait for my Hearthstone opponent to react. You know, React channels are real. Bam, end game. 900 point. This is your high score, technically. But I think you should calculate based on remaining score. Here it is. Very nice, I think. It's extremely difficult to clear everything. Even if you have the superpower down here, you're still gonna lose it. Very likely. You're gonna lose that superpower. You're not gonna maintain it. Like, it's right here. How do I maintain it? I have to destroy all the red blocks. And there's still one incoming. This one incoming right now. Alright, I maintained it, but there's 2 more incoming from here. I have to maintain my superpowers, boys. New strategy unlocked. Okay, this is fine, because it's not gonna go down all the way. It's trapped like this. So I can use this. And if I get, like, a superpower on a second line, I can use it as well. Again, all of these games have, like, chess-level strategies that are hidden from me, the creator. And, it's the best fucking shit ever, you know? These are games that when you make them, people will play longer than you were making the game. It's the greatest cheat code of life, if you ask me. Bam, bam, bam. I don't remember releasing Influence Tracker with the grid. So it's going to be the first time the game will have this. And look at that. I got less points. Even though I used the superpower. Now I'm getting stuck. But it's still infinite. It's crazy. One more. What's one more? Right? Now, should I add more colors to it? It's another question. That's another thing to explore, basically. It's just literally one number change and you have more colors. Right? But then there's, like, less matching happening. And it's, like, less sticky. So there's more superpowers. And I don't know if I like that. Going back, why was this game infinite? If you played it, the superpowers here are absolutely insane. And so easy to trigger. So there's only 2 of them. It's actually in their logo. This one just explodes every color of the same tile, right? So all the yellows explode, just disappear. And then these ones actually destroy 3 lines, and that's all the superpowers they have. So I just kind of copied that. Except I nerfed them immediately. Fuck your superpowers. Do their tiles look better? No, they just have mono colors for tiles. Fuck that shit. It feels to look better. I don't know what that means. I can definitely bridge that gap somehow. So we can't have superpower like a green one, red one we can have. All right, let's bring it down, baby. Shit, how the fuck do we get rid of this? Well, it doesn't matter because it's still powerful to have the goddamn superpower. So let's just, that's my end game right now. That's my end game. I have the slime prepared. Bitch, please. You don't got skills like I do. And then obviously, just like Tetris, there's gonna be like competitions basically. Look at that, esports. I'm just built different, you know. And then you'll pick which game you want to master, and go play tournament. Easy. Just like Hearthstone, guys. I literally don't see a difference. It's like a card game. The funny thing is, this is the closest to card games, technically, when it comes to genres. I always bring up Puzzle Quest because it's so close in being a card game where you just like collect like mana crystals and then you spit out effects. Like a fucking fireball once you collect enough red ones, you know? So basically, all the red ones could be mana. You need to collect 10 mana, and bam slam, you have unlocked a move that you can make. You can play a card. And maybe you can play infinite amount of cards. You just locked on your mana. So I think it's like the closest thing because it's also strategy based. Now look at this. Did pretty well. But the end game says exactly the same thing. It's almost 1,000 points. Should we try and break 1,000? Like, come on. Also, the formation of this, that looks cool too. I don't know if I would do a 3x3 formation to have the superpower. It's not bad though. Could go like a limited amount. Like a double the amount. So if it's like a 4x4? No, 5x5? Yeah, that could also be a superpower. Different shapes you can make. Like an L shape. I can see that. It's pretty cool. I will release it as is, and I'll move on to the Emoji Clash, because that shit needs to be taken care of. Bam. Or it could explode like a ring. Ah, that's much better. I think I would do that. Just kind of like a diamond explosion. Also, like with sound effects, with atmosphere, it's definitely cool to see how the game would feel that way. But I'm not into it. If you're in it, you can help. And we're fucked. Alright? Get the idea. I can't get to it. I challenge you to get the 1,000th. Thanks for watching. We just made another game. I can't stop making games, guys. I have an engine. I actually detoured. Like, this grid thing is obviously an absolute detour from whatever the fuck I'm doing. Alright? Pokia actually has a grid. I mean, it's... quick Pokia? Pokia? Just doesn't work at the moment. The grid stopped working, guys. But you get the idea. The inventory system is also a grid. So technically, we're playing a card game using a grid system. Who would have thought, right? Pretty close. Now, why is this so big? Yeah, we'll fix all of this shit. Don't worry about it. See you guys like 1 week. Maybe 10 days and Influence Tracker 4 is out. It's crazy.